Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. How can women rise to the top in politics? It sounds like a really simple question, but it's actually very difficult to answer, not least because so few women have achieved the top job as president or prime minister. Hillary Clinton, for example, was unable to shatter what she calls the highest, hardest glass ceiling. And women are still woefully underrepresented in political leadership roles. Right now, there are only 13 female heads of government around the world. 2 of them will be leaving office at the end of this year. By then, only 6% of countries will have a woman in charge. Because of the scarcity of female political leaders, research has focused on answering the why so few question. Why so few women reach the top? As a result, we know a lot about the obstacles women face during their quest for power. What we don't know is how and why women succeed in politics. What helps women win? What helps them last in office? Answering these questions requires a sizable number of success stories, examples of women who made it to the top in similar political contexts. These success stories can be found in Canada and Australia. To date, a total of 15 women have served as premier of an Australian state or Canadian provincial government. And recently, several of them pulled off remarkable victories. Consider these women profiled on the screen. Rachel Notley, we all know this, we know the story. Rachel Notley brought her party from 4 seats in the Alberta legislature to a majority government. In Ontario, Kathleen Wynne revived a tired and rather scandal-ridden government, winning her party a 4th term in office. Australia features equally compelling achievements for women. For instance, on November 25th, Anastasia Palaszczuk may become the first female premier in Australia to win re-election. I am really excited to be working with an international team of researchers and collaborators in partnership with the University of Auckland and the Government of Alberta's Status of Women Ministry. Over the next 3 years, we will be investigating the motivations, career paths, and levels of success experienced by women premiers. Because Canada and Australia have very similar political systems, we are able to isolate the factors that help women rise to the premiership. And we hope to explain an intriguing pattern in the 2 countries. All but 4 of the 15 female premiers have been elected in the last decade. So what's changed since the early 1990s when the very first few women entered the premier's office? Is it the increased representation of women in legislatures? Is it the media treatment of women politicians? Somehow I doubt that one. Is it the behavior of political parties? Our study investigates each of these possibilities and more. So why does this research matter? Well, first of all, it will guide the career strategies of aspiring women leaders. We aim to find out how women can break the glass ceiling and avoid the glass cliff. In other words, how they can reach the top and stay there. We'll help political parties and groups like Equal Voice promote women's access to political power. Key findings from our study will be presented on our project website through social media outreach and community engagement events. So we'll hope to offer a kind of primer for women who want to succeed in politics, the pathway to success. Secondly, our research will determine whether women make a difference for women. Do female premiers take concrete steps to improve women's political representation? We think so. For instance, women in both countries have introduced gender parity cabinets. Some, like Queensland Premier Anna Bligh, who you see on the slide, did so long before it was 2015. Finally, this study is important because high-profile female leaders have a powerful symbolic impact. Simply by holding office, they challenge gender stereotypes and serve as inspirational role models. So the more women who rise to the top, the easier it will be to achieve gender equality at all levels of government. Thank you.